Welcome to our flower channel. Hi there flower enthusiasts, my name is Debbie and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this blooming journey. At Triangle Nursery we're dedicated to helping you cultivate your floral knowledge, from introducing flower varieties, handy care tips, floral arrangements to understanding the language of flowers. Now whether you're a budding student, an experienced florist, or just someone who loves flowers, our channel has something for everyone. We'll share expert advice, DIY projects and inspiration to make your world a little more colourful. In this demonstration today, I will be sharing with you how to create a wedding bouquet with 4 flower varieties, focusing on the beautiful Rose Barista. Our wedding bouquet is a centrepiece for the wedding day, embodying the bride's style, the wedding's theme and colour palette. Typically it features a harmonious blend of flowers such as roses, peonies, lilies and hydrangeas, each chosen for their beauty and symbolism. Roses, often signifying love and passion, are a popular choice, where peonies add a touch of romance and prosperity. In today's design, we'll be sharing with you steps involved along with useful tips and tricks to create an amazing bridal bouquet. So let's begin by introducing the plant materials, tools and equipment that I'm going to be using today. So first I'm going to focus on our Rose Barista, which is a gorgeous rose. It has a fantastic shape to it and it's a novelty rose from Rosenthal. I'd suggest that it has a medium flower head to it, and to describe it I'd say it's almost a combination of cappuccino and cafe latte. So it still has that sort of mocha and brown tones but brings into it purples and cerises as well. So it lends itself very well as an intermediate rose with other colours. So it looks particularly nice because it has a perfect shape, so it's got pointed leaves rather than being a flat-headed rose. Cappuccino and cafe latte are roses that are very much in vogue at the moment, in high demand with florists, but they do carry a relatively high price tag. So this perhaps offers you a slightly less expensive alternative and can be paired so easily with both of the other previous roses as well. However, today I'm going to use it with this beautiful clematis Rome. Now this clematis is lovely because it has such lovely movement and it has the foliage included as well, so I'm not using any alternative foliage variety today. And then we have Larkspur Rose. That will give us some architecture and some definition to the bouquet. And then finally this absolutely gorgeous hellebore mammoth, red mammoth. The name suggests that it's red, but in reality it's actually more of an aubergine tone and really picks up on the outer petals of the Barista rose. So let's get started. I'm going to start by putting together a couple of pieces of the hellebore. I want to try and maintain the cross stems, keeping one main tying point so it's easier for the bride to carry. I'm going to place the larkspur so it's slightly elevated above the hellebores, then that way you get to see all flowers individually. And then our showcased rose. Tucking in some clematis. You can see how beautifully that rose tucks into the other shapes and textures. So when you create that spiral form where your tying point is going to be, you don't want the stems to travel up or below that. You want to keep one main focus. So to achieve that, place the roses and the stems at an angle, so you place one in front of the other. And then you can twist the bouquet around as you move. And again, the next placement, keeping those stems spiraled as you go along. Makes the bouquet much more comfortable for the bride to hold if you've got the one tying point. So again, placing each stem on top of the previous. Now what you will find when using the clematis is the foliage that's low down on the stem actually helps to secure the rest of the stems in position. It acts as a frame. I'm just going to tuck that one behind that stem. Now it's always good to hold the bouquet away from yourself, and you can see that I naturally need another piece of Larkspur there. Another tip is if you don't have long arms so that you can hold the bouquet far enough away to see, offer it up in front of a mirror so you can actually see what other people will view rather than what you see when you're holding the bouquet. Tuck that piece down into the centre. And then some more of our hellebores. And Larkspur. Again, still keeping that spiral stem format. And then last couple of roses. I'm just going to gently tweeze that rose out a little bit from the bouquet, which is easy to do providing you're still holding on to the stems and haven't tied it off, just so that they're elevated above the rest of the blooms and you can see them, because at the end of the day they're our showcase and our focal blooms. And then lastly, my last piece of hellebore. And just adjust in your hands any stems that you need to move. And then I'm going to tie the bouquet off with twine. Just going to lay that down to finish. And then for added security, just to ensure that the stems don't move, I'm going to cover that tying point with anchor tape. I've used a 12mm anchor tape here because it's wide enough to give sufficient stability, and it's also wide enough to cover your mechanics. Now you can see how lovely and neat that tying point is. Now you can, at that point, if you wish to, cut the stems and put them into a bucket of water overnight and then finish the handle the next day, or I'll show you how to finish the handle now. Cut the stems to the length that you want them. Now I usually put my hand around it, and then a couple of inches below, that's where I'll cut. And you can see what lovely movement that bouquet has. And then depending on how you want to finish the bouquet, you could have trails if you wanted to, or just create a bow. I'm literally going to just tie this one, making sure I cover the mechanics. And just have some really delicate trailing ribbon. And there you have it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and learned something new. And if you've loved the video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your fellow flower lovers. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more blooming tips and floral fun. Until next time, keep blooming and spreading the beauty of flowers. See you in our next episode. Bye for now.